game, for y'all subscribe, like, share the video. See, every night before I go to bed, I be praying. I pray that William Leonard Robert II, I die in his sleep. And every morning he disappoint me. And every day when I face that disappointment, because it's every day. Because every day I cry. When I'm going through that, I still be wishing and hoping that he do something to Fifth or his family members or his partners that'll make Fifth put that green light on him. That'll make Fifth put that bag on him. But Ross, he disappoint me again because he ain't about no straightening. He ain't about no straightening. He ain't about no get back. Not for Gunplay. Not for the GDs when they was blowing at him. Not for Drake. He just ain't with the get back. He just with the chit chat. So the nigga won't do nothing gangster that make a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, what Fifth gotta keep doing? Putting hands on your artist? He already done showed you his move. Why y'all niggas ain't caught Uncle Murder nowhere? Tony Yago nowhere? Ain't got no straightener, no member. Didn't get no straightening with Jeezy when Jeezy old security guard snatched the chain. You pieced it up with him. Yeah. Anywhere, any room, in your altercations when you can find peace, you gonna piece that up. Whether it's with the security dread, whether it's with the GDs, whether it's with whoever. You gonna make peace. Like, this nigga's not an issue. He's not a threat. He gotta talk money. He gotta make little jokes. Ross never took it to the street with Fifth. Fifth did that with his top. He swear Gunplay was the top hitter for the Maybach music group or the Triple C's. And yeah, ain't nobody get blowed down about that. Ain't nobody, Gunplay and them and Ross and them ain't come at Fifth and G Unit like Jimmy Hitchman. Ain't got no straightening, or like World. Nah. All he doing is keep dissing. Bringing up 50 name in interviews to get views. That's it. So 50 called out Rick Ross, which he throwing him an alley-oop, because he noticed. You know, I noticed that you and Bow Wow been mighty friendly lately, which I knew couple or something. Yeah, because you opening up for Bow Wow and Omarion, all them, like, come on, homie. They saying you getting around 30K a show. You can't be getting more than the main act. You can't, yeah. Promoting your Bel Air, promoting your chicken wing, them greasy ass chicken wing. Nigga ready to go to Church Chicken. You're on the same level with Church Chicken. That shit ain't nothing but a bucket of grease with lemon pepper on it. Come on, man. Like, nigga talking about some buying some masters. I'll buy you masters. Man, you don't want to break the bank on that. You gonna have to cash out. If Future and them got like 40 million and shit like that, bro, you gonna have to, it's gonna be in the hundreds of millions. To get that in the club, to get all them, the 21 Questions, all that there, man, you know you can't afford that. And do you even own your masters? Because you were signed to Atlantic Records, Bad Boy, Def Jam, all these different top tier record labels. So when you did all these deals, y'all don't think they had his masters? He did, come on, Bad Boy Records, Atlantic Records, Def Jam. Who else he been signed to? Yeah, that's it. Maybach, Bad Boy, Atlantic, Def Jam. And more. What's more? Oh, man, nigga signed to Epic. He done signed Back in the Kidnap, Slip and Slide, Po' Boy Entertainment. Come on, man. The 740 Project. Man, so out of all these dudes, out of all these record labels, Out of all them record labels, ain't none of them got your masters. Ain't no way you escape with your publishing the master out of all these record labels. Ain't no way. So, yeah, I'm wondering, do you even own your masters? Because we know 50 independent. But do you own your shit? Why is you opening up for Bow Wow at a Millennium tour? Come on, homie, you don't even fit the tour. The people that's coming to see all them, Omarion, Bow Wow, and all them now, Pleasure and all them, you don't even fit in that lineup. The females, they ain't digging your style no more. They ain't digging them songs, all them old songs with Drake. Man, they ain't known that. Real top down South females ain't riding to no Rick Ross no day, unless they from Florida or some shit like that. Outside of Florida, females ain't bumping that shit, man. Females ain't saying, put on that Rick Ross. Putting on Rick Ross don't get you no cutty. Putting on Rick Ross do not get you no cutty. I ain't bullshit, man. Like, and then Rick Ross, after 50 posts, you opening up for Bow Wow, Drake, you know, he liked the picture. He liked the picture. Another nigga that, you know, try to turn it up on the gangster side with you. As far as like his fans and his people. It's gonna be kind of hard for you to get straightened on that because they ain't like the dudes that put hands on you all over the internet saying we right here and all that there, and you ain't finna go back over there. You left your partners to get whooped. You ain't staying in that paint. You left your partners to get whooped. You ain't staying in that paint with your partners. When 50 seen Gunplay, he walked past him, he set it off. He cracked Gunplay. Wham! Them niggas swung on you first. You ain't set it off. Cause you ain't crazy, motherfucker. You ain't crazy. You ain't never been crazy. You ain't never been no wild boy. You the type of nigga that do favors for niggas, man. You never been a problem child. Just a child with a problem. You never been the one the booby boys go to for bricks. You may do a favor or something, if that's true. If that's true. Come on, man, like, if you was so turned in the streets and you was so for the streets, man, these stories would be out there. You paying these dudes and say, yeah, I was this and that. That's cap. Where's the J's and the people that really bought kilos or half a bricks or 9 or 4 in the babies? Where's these people saying, yeah, Rick Ross, yeah, he had this block. He controlled this block. He always was outside. Where's that at? Come on, man, like, you ain't no different from Lil Meech playing his daddy. You Rick Ross playing the real Rick Ross. You ain't no different. You just like Lil Meech. You just way smarter. That's all. You just way smarter. And then after 50 posts all that, Rick Ross gonna then come later on that night because he probably was busy all through the day because, you know, he be doing this shit. He gonna come to the end and tell me something. What happened to the movie studio? What's taking so long? It ain't even been a year. He posted that shit in April. It ain't April yet. It ain't been a year. And it take way longer than a year to develop a full movie studio. It took Tyler Perry years. Why you ain't apply that pressure to Tyler Perry? Ain't nobody say it been about 9 months, 10 months saying, hey, where the movie studio at? He started that shit in 2015. He didn't finish till 2019. Ain't no rushing into that. But he still got plenty of movies coming out. Fifth. And I'm seeing niggas in the comments, yeah, 50 can't shut down BMF. Starz control that. Man, Starz don't control a bitch ass thing. They only control whatever season, whatever agreement season they did, yeah. But starting a new season, they don't control nothing. Why you think 50 starting, or he done started 50 Cent Central? 50 Cent Action. Why you think he starting that? Think a nigga need Starz? Nigga could have took that shit to Netflix, HBO. He would have turned up all that shit. It don't matter where he took them shows. The fans gonna follow 50. They gonna follow 50 because they trust his judgment on movies now. It is what it is. See, I think y'all keep forgetting with Rick Ross, right? When he first came out and he dropped his first album, or the album that took off, right? When he dropped that Every Day I'm Hustling, Port of Miami, right? That album dropped 2006, right? He had a big record, it came out, and then, it went gold. So he did good first week. It did 500 some thousand copies, right? But then it didn't sell no more. It eventually went platinum. It did go platinum, but it didn't go platinum till 2016. So the album came out 06. It didn't go platinum till 2016. Okay. After that, right, when he dropped the Port of Miami, his shit went downhill. So from that album right there, Port of Miami, everything that he dropped after that album, he went downhill. Everything flopped. I mean, everything, right? So after that, he dropped Rise to Power, which it was like songs he already had recorded. That flopped. He dropped the M.I. Yayo soundtrack thing in 06, 07. That flopped. He dropped something with Triple C's, the Lick Read, that flopped in like 06, in 06, 07, all that flopped. So after that run, he took a break from dropping albums. So from 06, he dropped a couple of other little side albums. 07, 08, 09 come. See, 09 come, and now Diddy come around and scoop him. Diddy seen right through his eyes that he got some little bad shit in him, that he can be broken, butt broken. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, I can scoop him. I know what to do with him. And what they started doing, him and Diddy, this another reason why 50 stopped fucking with Diddy again, because him and Rick Ross already got into it, which it was Rick Ross' fault. Because Rick Ross say 50 looked at him with a mean mug at the awards. 50 didn't know who he was. So he really kind of started that beef. 50 ain't started that beef with Rick Ross. But 50 fell out with Diddy again because 50 already done sent Diddy the Cassie tape. He sent Diddy the Cassie tape because it came from Q, from World Star. Because Q was scared to put it out on World Star, and 50 launched his This Is 50 website, and he put it out because he wasn't scared of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy and 50 got back cool after the Mace shit. Because you remember, Mace came to G Unit, but 50 already, the paperwork wasn't done, but 50 already done turned up Mace buzz again. This around the time when 50 came out with the Get Rich or Die Trying, and he was releasing the soundtrack. So that's why he know what he do for Mace. He put him on tour. They did a tour run. Mace did a mixtape with G Unit, and 50 had him in the Window Shopper video. Then he threw him on the remix to Window Shopper, right? Then Diddy changed his mind about the deal with Mace, with 50 and G Unit. So now Diddy don't want to do the deal, and 50 got mad at that and like, fuck you in the deal. So they fell out and got back cool with the Cassie shit. Then Diddy gonna turn around and start helping out Rick Ross. Because 50 started dissing Rick Ross. They started going back and forth around 08. So what Diddy gonna do is he started taking Rick Ross and started jumping on different records, using other artists, taking their clout and trying to take the record. So one of the main records that they took that kind of turned up Diddy and Rick Ross was Waka Flocka. Cause this like 09. Waka Flocka coming out 2009, he the hottest thing out. And they jumped on Oh Let's Do It. And it turned up Rick Ross and Diddy. This 09. And like Waka said, it helped launch the liquor company and everything. It didn't help out Waka Flocka none. They didn't fuck with Waka Flocka at all. They just used him. So Ross was on a decline. Everything was flopping. Motherfucker wasn't really paying attention to him. Diddy came around and saved him. He glazed him, allegedly, and saved him. I say he glazed him. Yeah, Krispy Kreme donut. And he saved him. They was dressing alike, like in the "Oh Let's Do It" video. They had the mink coats on, like how he used to make the locks and Mace put on the shiny suits and shit like that. He did that with Rick Ross. So after that, Rick Ross still can't stand on his own as an artist, solo. Even though he running with Diddy, he a Ciroc boy now. He a bottom. He a bottom. Diddy ain't going, unless Diddy just want to go to Pound Town. But yeah, he a bottom boy. And he dropped Deeper Than Rap. Yeah, I think that came out 08, 09, Deeper Than Rap. And it flopped. Way more than, he didn't see no success like he seen on his first album, Port of Miami. This time, this album sell 150-something thousand copies first week. So he went from 500,000 all the way to riding with Diddy, signing with Diddy, and they jumping on everybody's songs. And he still only sell 150,000+ copies. After that, he sell like 50-something thousand copies. Later on down the line, it went on to sell like 600,000-700,000 copies. So after that, he dropped another album, Teflon Don. Y'all remember? I think that came out 2010. That album flopped. It did a little bit better than Deeper Than Rap. That sold 176,000 copies. That's a flop. Back then, if you didn't sell 500,000 copies or better, it was a flop. So now selling 170-something thousand, that's good. Now, back then, if you didn't do 500,000 or better, that's considered a flop to the labels. You know what I'm saying? So Ross was never a big dog. And then what he had to do, after that, 2010, Teflon Don, this is when DJ Khaled turned down, Lil Wayne, and all these people in the mix. Now, everybody helping Rick Ross. He still need that help. He still need Diddy, Birdman, Ross, Drake, and all these guys. So Khaled started helping Ross, throwing them on all these songs. It'd be Plies on it, Trick Daddy, Ross, Lil Wayne, Birdman, T-Pain the guy. So that's when you're going to have the records like, we take it over. Akon on the song. Throw Ross on it. Because Ross couldn't stand on his own. So I don't understand when y'all comparing him to 50. 50 never had to team up with other niggas and gotta grab Wayne, T-Pain, this artist, Drake, everybody, Trick Daddy, all the artists that's popping. Got to stand next to Diddy or Jay-Z. It never was the case. So I don't understand, where the comparison come in at. His biggest records got features on it. The only one that's big, even the Big Meech still got Styles on it. So the only one he really stood on his own was I'm Hustling. Every Day I'm Hustling. The rest of them songs, John Legend, Here I Am. Yeah. He ain't standing on his own, man. 50 he could top the charts on Billboard standing on his own. Just a little bit. Disco Inferno. If you do grab a feature, he not grabbing no top artist. Nate Dogg wasn't the top artist back then. #1 Billboard selling, the biggest artist. Joe, I wanna get to know you. He wasn't the top biggest R&B artist at that time. Besides that, he put Olivia on Candy Shop. He wrote Magic Stick for Lil' Kim. He wrote that. He ain't never had to go get He didn't need J-Lo. And all them Ja Rule, Mary J. Blige, J-Lo, all them. He didn't need none of that. He would have took it though, but Also, I don't understand the comparison. Niggas stand on their own, like DMX, another artist, stood on his own. He ain't never had to go grab the big features. They'll call him. Now DMX can stump with the big dog. He is a big dog. So he can stump with him. He can talk heavy, real heavy. Ross can't stop acting like he was a born superstar or he was just turned from the max. He never did $1 million first week like Wayne and 50. He never did it. Yeah. He never was that. 500,000 was his biggest. It don't get no better than that right there. He used Waka Flocka. Man. He used Birdman. Learned the game from Birdman. Then start hating on him. His money come from, he wouldn't have this empire, this big crib and all that. His money come from Bel Air and Wingstop and Checkers and shit like that. Other investments. He didn't get 50 rich off his music. He had to open up other LLCs. The Triple C's wasn't the answer. Nino Breeze ain't the answer. Meek Mill ain't happy over there. He just, being a good boy, playing his part so he can get out that situation. Ross don't want to let him go. He know the money that Meek Mill bring in. He don't want to let him go. He on that life shit. You better think before you let him go. He gonna think before he let him go. Before he let Meek Mill go, he gonna think before he let him go. Yeah, man, so I don't understand where all this credit come from. He always needed help. Now it look like he just was this born boss and he just did everything on his own. He built this big empire. Come on, man. If you really go into history and look at everything, you can't compare him to no giant like Kanye West, like 50 Cent, like Jay-Z, like DMX. You can't compare him to these giants when it comes to a music artist and standing on your own. But if you look down 50 Cent timeline right now, all he got is new TV shows coming out, new movies, mingling with billionaires and governments, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Whoopi Goldberg, all the rich people, all the wealthy people. Ross is not in them same rooms as 50 when it comes to shit like that. He ain't in them Diddy rooms over there with Jay-Z and them. He don't have the power to turn up nobody. Look at his artist right now, Nino Breeze. Look how much Ross got to promote Nino Breeze to make us be like, who is that dude? People still gonna say, who is that dude? He ain't gonna be known for the music. He gonna be known more for him moving the marijuana and shit like that. Not for the songs. Not for that. I'm the type of nigga. I was having motion. Nah. Hustle down. Stay the window poking. Man, that shit ain't gonna work. Put Money Bag Yo on it, Ross on it. It don't matter who you put on it. It ain't gonna work. Look how much promotion they gotta put into it. First song, he gotta have Rick Ross, Money Bag Yo on it. So he still ain't stood on his own and had a buzzing record. That song came and went. It ain't gonna work under Rick Ross. Don't nothing work under Rick Ross unless it's Meek Mill. Meek Mill got a new bang out, making everybody cry right now. But the Nino Breeze dude, you gonna have to diss 50 Cent, then throw his name in there and shit like that. Other than that, ain't nobody checking for him except the people in his city and the surrounding areas. Because if he was really turned and having emotion for us like streams and views and shit like that, you wouldn't keep saying, y'all go check out my new artist, Nino Breeze, new single. You wouldn't say that. You'll already be posting gold plats, platinum plats. Do we got a gold plat for that? I'm the type of nigga. Without y'all paying for the numbers and shit like that. Do we got a platinum plat for that? And you on the record and Moneybagg Yo? Is he in the top 10 for his new single? Is he in the top 10 right now? Without y'all paying for streams and numbers. So you telling me if Nino Breezy, or what's it called? What's his name called? Nino, whatever, we're gonna call him Nino. Yeah, you telling me right now if he drop, he gonna sell 30 plus K first week? You really that confident? So you'll put $1 million into this project and you gonna double your money. That's what you saying. Do y'all think when it come to Nino Breezy and you're an interviewer or you're a podcaster and you invest your money into interviews and you gotta pay Nino Breezy $10K, $20K, $15K, whatever you gotta pay him, you really think you can make your money back by just talking about his music? You're gonna have to bring up the marijuana, the pounds. That's gonna be the whole interview. That's the only way you'll make your money back. That's the only way you'll even get over 100,000 views, because he's not turned in music. You'll have to if you spend 10,000 with Nino Breeze and he only talk about his music, you ain't gonna make your money back. And then when you title it, you're gonna have to still put Rick Ross in it, and this artist, that artist. You're gonna have to put that in the title to make people click on it, because people are not buying into Nino Breeze outside of Florida and where he from and shit like that. And he ain't the hottest thing in Florida. And he behind Rick Ross and all these niggas. Nino Breeze will never sell more records than he sold pounds. Y'all understand what I'm saying? He would never sell more records than he sold pounds. And then he gonna have to have a DJ Khaled album. Ain't no way he can drop an album and it's just him and Rick Ross and he gonna sell over 20K first week. He ain't gonna sell nowhere near that. So he can look like a rapper all he want, with all the jewelry and all the shit that he can stand behind all these bosses like Rick Ross and shit like that, Moneybagg Yo and whoever else. It's gonna take for him to have the biggest hit record just in Florida. It's gonna take him having a top tier artist like Future, one of them, Lil Baby, something like that. And then they gonna have to be all over the record. So they can't just be on the song and he got the verse and he got the hook. No. So say Future get on it. Future gonna have to do what he did for Rollo for Nino Breeze. He gotta be on the intro, be on the hook, and be on the verse. And then Nino Breeze will just come in on one verse. You see what I'm saying? He'll just come in on one verse. So it really wasn't no good investment. It probably was a tax write-off. It probably was a tax write-off for Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can see. I don't see how Rick Ross can make a lot of profit with Nino Breeze. I don't see how that man can make a lot of profit with Nino Breeze. Because he's not going to sell the records. He's not going to come with the hit records. The type of nigga ain't really no street anthem. We ain't playing that. Where they playing that song at? Where they playing that song? Then he put Moneybagg Yo on it. That wasn't Moneybagg Yo style right there. You should have kept it all Florida. You should have put Kodak Black on it. Boss Man D-Lo, one of them on it. Moneybagg Yo, nah, his energy ain't matched that song. But I'm telling you, in order for Nino to have a success record as far as like an album, and it's still not gonna sell, you're gonna have to pour so much money into marketing and the budget. His budget gonna be so much because he gonna need so many features. Unless these niggas doing it for favors or for the free because of Rick Ross, man, it ain't gonna work because his style. His style. And him being under Rick Ross. Don't no artist never pop under Rick Ross. It just don't never happen. Meek Mill got his own flow, his own style, his own fans. Wale had his own style, his own flow, his own fans. So that's why I work for them. But with Nino, he coming in the game, Rick Ross got to hold his hand too much. He got to hold his hand too much. So yeah, man, like Nino is not the answer or the problem. Yeah, he ain't the answer. You know what I mean? Y'all remember AI was the answer and the problem? Nah, man, he ain't the answer or the problem. He definitely can't replace no Meek Mill. He definitely can't. Not Wale, none of that. Now, he can replace probably Gunplay or some shit like that, or them other Triple C niggas. But other than that, like, man, hell no. If you look at Meek Mill's biggest songs, they not featuring Rick Ross. They're not featuring Rick Ross. Maybe one. But that nigga ain't happy over there. So if he couldn't do it all, if he couldn't do that shit with all them other artists that he signed, he really think Nino is the answer. Let's hear what the sucker got to say, man.
No, I didn't know that they say I was the only person that fucked 50 Cent up. I ain't know that. I'm gonna be honest.
And I don't know why they saying that. And he ain't did a pitch thing to 50. And which way did he 50 Cent up? Which way? Because I'm confused. It must be another 50 Cent around here somewhere. Which way? He never outsold 50. He never did nothing to 50. He never touched no G with the niggas. Last time I checked, 50 been doing all the damage to him. Did something with his first baby mama. Exposed her with the sex tape. Did something with Tia. Him and Floyd. He back cool with Floyd. Like a sucker. Did something to Gunplay. I don't understand. But he the first one that 50 Cent up? I don't see where they get that shit from. I'm the first one to 50 Cent up, but he ain't did a bitch ass thing. He ain't even got no straightening for Gunplay. And then 50 had Gunplay chain. Come on, man, like, but let's hear him.
Tony Yayo told 50 Cent himself, y'all could Google it. Tony Yayo said, I wouldn't do that if I was, cause Tony Yayo know them niggas ain't got no money. Come on, man, look at Tony Yayo and Auntie Murder niggas. Them niggas need facials. Oh, niggas whose skin ain't even right, boy. But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you want to make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there. Fuck how your mama live. Nigga, make her own walking star. Let me get one of them Bel Air.
So now he wanna disrespect his mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, what she got to do with it? Rest in peace to Sabrina. Now he want to disrespect Sabrina. Like, he feel like that's going to get up under 50's skin. Like, it's already up for, like, if 50 see you, if that would have been you coming around that corner like Gunplay, your career would have been done. You know you ain't trying to bump into 50. You know that. Like, Ross know that. Like, you lucky 50 got too much shit going on. You lucky he ain't one of them niggas that ain't got really shit going on and a whole bunch of steppers around him. You would have been deleted. But he got too much shit to lose. You ain't did enough yet. You ain't did enough yet. So if I bump into you, I go in your jaw. I'm pretty sure 50 got niggas around him that'll crush you. Cause if I was around Fifth, I would have been begging that nigga. Man, but I know he'll say chill. He'll say chill, cause if something happened to him, they definitely coming my way. And I don't need that. I got too much shit on the tape. I got these movie deals. I got this and that. Now, maybe a nigga would greenlight it if Ross had a lot of beef, but he really don't have a lot of beef. So if something happened to Rick Ross and he ain't really, if it ain't nothing out there that he done to a nigga, or it ain't no situation like he and somebody crib, like how Trouble got deleted going to a female, if it ain't nothing like that, he just get crushed. Oh yeah, the attention gonna go straight to 50 Cent. So 50 don't need that right now because he ain't did no damage. He not a threat. If he was a real threat to 50 or G-Unit period, he would have been dead. He would have been gone, man. These niggas ain't no threat, man. Ross don't want to go to jail. Ross don't want to go to jail. Ross don't even want a fist fight. He don't even want that. We seen when the bullets get thrown at Ross, what he do, how he react to that. He gonna pay the money, he gonna get a story, he gonna pay the money, he gonna do what he gotta do. He ain't been in the wars like 50 have. He ain't really been battle tested. He ain't went up against no Supreme, no World. Lil' Kim ex-boyfriend. He ain't went up against Jimmy Henchman. He ain't went up against these guys, let alone all the rappers in the rap game that he went up against. He ain't went up against Game. He ain't went up against, he was scared to go back and forth with Game. He ain't went up against Fat Joe when they really in their prime. Jadakiss when they really in their prime. Wu-Tang and Big Pun and all these dudes. Nas, Ja Rule and all of them when they really in their prime. Going back and forth with Jay-Z, Shine. All these dudes, man, like, he ain't did that. So, man, he ain't battle tested in no kind of lane. In no kind of lane. So, man, Ross never had a song bigger than 50 Cent songs. Ross don't got no song on his catalog bigger than In a Club. He don't. He don't got no diamond plaques. If he got a diamond plat, it'll be for a single, and he ain't got that. 50 got diamond plats on singles and albums. Singles and albums. Ross can't outsell 50 in no ticket sales on nothing. Not in a movie, not in books, not in nothing. Ross could not outsell 50 in a book. They both write books. 50 keep writing books. He ain't gonna outsell them. It's just like, y'all want to keep comparing this old network, the old ass network, man. So y'all want to, so Ross got this big ass network, but he wouldn't help Gunplay and his daughter when he had to start a GoFundMe. He wouldn't even put up the bread. He gonna let his soldier, his hitter, so they say, go out like that and get embarrassed like that. Come on, man. That's why you don't really see Gunplay and Rick Ross. He done got Nino Brown, all them. What happened to Gunplay? When Gunplay gonna be the one who really get active with you, if some shit really go down. Come on, man. I ain't saying Ross ain't got no niggas that'll do something, cause you got money, of course, but they not a problem for nobody. Except the shit that Tia and them was talking about when she brung up a body or some niggas got shot. Besides all that, they not a problem with nobody. Ross don't got no Boosie and Marlon Mike type of stories. I think y'all giving this nigga, like, who y'all think this nigga Ross is? Ross don't got no wicked stories. He don't got no King Von stories. He don't got no Gangsta Williams Hot Boy stories. He don't got no Alpo stories. He don't got no Lil Woody stories. He don't got these stories. This nigga ain't got no real trap lord type of stories. Or he just punching on shit, extorting shit. He ain't got no AR Ab stories. He ain't got no Teddy Hankton stories, no Mooney Porter stories. Come on, man, like, he ain't never had no Little Mexico, Zone 6 Little Mexico. He ain't got no 4L stories. He ain't got no 4L stories. Who y'all think this nigga is? He done made some M's with Bel Air and Chicken Wing stories. And I bought an airplane. That's the stories he got. And I got some kids and yeah, some regular looking baby mamas and shit like that. He can't even keep Tia in check. Come on, man, like, he ain't got these wicked, crazy, top tier hustling type of story. He don't got that. So how could he sell a movie or a book when the movie or the book ain't, unless it's about some rap shit and teaching how to get wings and checkers and Bel Air and shit like that. Other than that, life story ain't about nothing. He would have been sold you that. He would have been, he ain't got no story like that. You don't want to bring up that correctional officer shit like that. He don't want to, he can't sell that story. Yeah, man, like, he don't want to bring up when he was coming home and getting into bed without taking a shower stinking. And Tia got to smell that shit and still perform and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't want to bring up that, man. Like, this nigga can stand beside the Booby Boys. You want to push it off like he a real Booby Boy or he was really helping these dudes out, man. Cut it out. Booby Boy do a documentary, or they show the documentary, man, his name ain't gonna get brung up.
Bottles to hold up on these niggas, man. You heard what I just said? Them niggas skin bad, man. You see that nigga auntie murder? Nigga ain't ever killed nothing. But that nigga need a facial so bad. When I be seeing them black hairs on them niggas' skin, damn, them niggas doing bad. And 50, stop. You left your last hole because of something they said had to do with me. Don't leave Tony Yayo that. Come on, don't leave Louisiana. Don't quit like that, because you showed niggas the picture of how you wanted it to look. We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G in the studio yet.
He just making up shit trying to be funny, talking about some rendering and getting denied on loans. He just talking good as a bitch. Just like he eat good as a bitch, he just talking good as a bitch, man. Ain't no problem for nobody, man.
That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckle. Your knees buckle.
Fucking nigga knees got a buckle for standing beside a sucker that's disloyal. A nigga knees gonna buckle because a nigga disloyal standing beside you, and he a sucker anyway. Like, man, like BMF was the best show 50 ever put out. Like, it was the highest rating show, or like it just, if it ain't BMF, 50 shit going down here, bro. That nigga ain't need that story. He just seen he can make some ends off that shit, man. You think that shit made him or something? You think that's the reason why Starz came? Like, he been proved himself from the box office with power, all that shit done, man. Come on, man. And he's got a buckle for a nigga that he don't need, that he own his life rights and movie rights too. But my knees gonna buckle when I own this nigga. Your knees buckle when your show got canceled. Trying to, you know, turn Buddy up. The old guy. The nigga that used to be a boss. He used to be that guy. He used to have everybody behind him. But nigga, things change, don't stay the same. Now, watch me come up. Yeah. Why you gonna help Lil Meech out? And when you gonna send that man a couple of M's or something, Ross? Says that's your partner, that's your homeboy, and you keep bringing his name up. You made him lose M, send him an M or two. At least an M. You can't get that man an M? When you do that, that's a slap in the face to Gunplay. But yeah, man, when you gonna fix that? What's the $1 million plan for Big Meech? Besides talking in the phone and all that stuff. You can't get no money with him. Nah, you gonna be distancing yourself from him. Now you ain't gonna want to stand beside him as much. I give it about a couple more months. You wouldn't even bring up Big Meech like that, unless you gonna perform that song and he gonna be right there, some shit like that. Other than that, man, come on, man. You still ain't showed us what you gonna do for Big Meech. What's the plan? What's the money plan? What's the paper route for him? You got him hanging with Floyd and them now. Floyd giving him the game now. Floyd telling him, you might as well go ahead and start you a coin. You might as well go ahead and invest in a stock or something. Get you some real estate. Yeah, go and get you some real estate. Get you a coin. Invest into some stock or something, sucker. Yeah, you niggas, man. You niggas ain't no problem, man. Cuffy finna take Big Meech spotlight. Cuffy finna take that, so once this Tammy documentary come out, what you gonna say about that? Once the Tammy documentary come out, what you gonna say about that? And then Cuffy coming right behind that. You're gonna keep crushing him. Just gonna keep crushing him. And then Cuffy movie and all that shit gonna come out. Or probably a series gonna come out. You understand? So, yeah, man, this shit ain't stopping. Nigga ain't even got started on Big Meech yet. This shit just the pre-season. All of the posts on IG, everything Cuffy saying, all this shit pre-season. Tammy shit, regular season. Cuffy shit gonna be the playoffs. And then Cuffy series gonna be the Super Bowl.
Who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
So yeah, that's basically what it is, man. He made other little posters showing the studio, making little jokes and shit, because it's always jokes. It's never no pressure or no, let's do a boxing match or nothing like that. It's never that. It's always little jokes and little memes, getting this promo shit on. You know, everybody gonna come to the page and shit like that. But yeah, man, it is what it is, though. What's y'all thoughts on this shit right here, man? Y'all hit that like button. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Share the video. IG_gang_spitter. He was with him. Gone.